Oh, hey guys, welcome to my thoughts on the new CGI animated Batman series that's going to be coming out in 2013 called Beware the Batman. So let's get started by saying that, Batman the Brave and the Bold was a really good animated series, which I enjoyed. Some fans of Batman really didn't like it because of the fact that Batman the Brave and the Bold was reminiscent of the whole Golden Age Batman, with Batman having a blue and gray costume with the quirky villains and the puns and all this colorfulness of Batman. And people didn't really like it because it wasn't dark, it wasn't serious. So, some fans were a bit thrown off by that series. But, Batman the Brave and the Bold ran for 3 seasons, and it had about, I believe 50 plus episodes, which is, pretty decent and pretty good, running on its own, because, you would never think that, okay, a happy Batman would never run for, 3 seasons. But it did, and it was surprising, and I actually enjoyed it. So yeah, but after the end of Batman the Brave and the Bold, someone decided, or DC decided, to actually bring Batman back to its more darker, serious tone. And that's where we got Beware the Batman. Now, Beware the Batman storyline thus far talks about Batman, going back to his own origins of being a detective, and he doesn't have, Robin with him. He does have a sidekick called Katana, and Alfred does accompany him with, dual pistols, solving mysteries, fighting crime, and basically that's about it. And also the fact that they're also cutting off the mainstream villains like the Joker, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Catwoman, Poison Ivy. They're throwing out the iconic Batman villains and bringing in, more obscure, unknown villains that people don't know about into this, animated series, so people would, generally get to know different villains, or they want to do a different take on Batman. Which I am all for. I know some fans are upset, okay, we're not going to get a Joker, we're not going to get a Two-Face, and stuff like that. I know a lot of fans are upset about that. So here's my thoughts. So first off, by saying that, I'm not a big fan of CGI, actually. I really don't like CGI. But after watching Green Lantern the Animated Series, I thought, okay, maybe a CGI animated, series can actually do pretty well. So, I don't have a problem with Beware the Batman becoming, a CGI animated series. So I'm okay with that. Now, what I do have a problem with is that I think it's kind of repetitive to actually see an animated series with Bruce Wayne in it. Now, I know some people who are going to watch this video are going to start hating on me, saying like, oh, how can you hate Bruce Wayne Batman, man? He's the original. How can you hate on him? And, to tell you the truth, I am a Batman fan. I love Bruce Wayne as Batman. I love Batman the Animated Series. I love Batman Beyond. I love Batman the Brave and the Bold. But then there's just so many Batman animated series. Even when he doesn't even have his own animated series, he's somewhere in an animated universe like Justice League. He's in there. And he appears in a lot of animated movies in DC's universe. So, yeah, I mean, we have a lot of Bruce Wayne as Batman. And, I'm sort of, saying that I'm kind of tired of it, actually, and I know you guys are not going to like me for that. But I generally really want a different take on Batman, and that's the reason why I like Batman the Brave and the Bold, because it wasn't serious, it wasn't dark, and for me, I don't generally take things too seriously, so I wasn't thrown off for the fact that Batman the Brave and the Bold was just too lighthearted. I know some fans did take it seriously and didn't like it for that, but I generally liked it because, it was a different take on Batman. It wasn't dark, it was funny, and I just enjoyed it all throughout that whole entire series just because of that. And, there's something that I want to see change now, is for the fact that I want to see an animated series with Dick Grayson as Batman. And I know some fans are out there and be like, okay, how is this gonna work? Well, for the fact that I actually do love Dick Grayson's run as Batman. I do have right here with me the first volume. I also have the other volumes of Batman and Robin. So this is the the hardcover trade version of Batman and Robin, with Batman as Dick Grayson, Dick Grayson's as Batman, and Damian as Robin, and their whole run in this whole series, which is really great. Now, talking about the obscure villains that are introduced into Beware the Batman, like Professor Pig, Mr. Toad. These villains belong to Tada, Batman, and Robin. They actually appeared in this series first. They never appeared in any other Batman comic book besides the Batman Robin run with Dick Grayson and Damian. So, you know, it's kind of interesting that, you know, why are you introducing, you know, obscure villains into Bruce's Batman's universe, you know? Because, like, if you're going to change the villains, why not change your Batman? Because you did that in one episode of Batman the Brave and the Bold, and this is an episode I generally loved called Knights of Tomorrow, which had basically Batman marrying Selena Kyle, and they have a child, which is not Helen, but Damian. And basically, Batman, or Bruce Wayne, does pass on the mantle to Dick Grayson, and Dick Grayson becomes Batman, and basically Batman, you know, partners up with Damian, and they become the duo known as Batman and Robin, and it was a really great episode, just seeing Dick Grayson, Batman, Damian, you know, alongside him as Robin, just fighting crime and defeating the Joker. It was really great. I really loved that episode because, like I said, it's different. I love Dick Grayson as Batman, even though he's happy and stuff like that. There's something different here, you know? I know people are going to think, so okay, if you're going to have a darker tone Batman, why would you have Dick Grayson? Because Dick Grayson's so happy all the time. Well, that's the whole point of introducing Damian to the series. Not a lot of people know who Damian is. Damian is the son of Bruce Wayne, son of Talia al Ghul as well. So, you know, introducing Damian into this series would actually make the series dark because of the fact that Damian is a dark character. He's trying to be like his father. He was raised by the League of Shadows, by his own mother, who wasn't abusive. She generally does love Damian, but she, you know, probably whipped him really hard to be a more, you know, cold-hearted person. But generally, you know, having Damian onto an animated series film, or not film, but animated series with Dick Grayson as Batman would balance out everything. That's the whole point of, you know, Dick Grayson, Batman, and Damian Robin. Because of the fact that, okay, let's talk about Bruce Wayne as Batman and Dick Grayson as Robin. Now, Batman's serious and dark. Dick Grayson is lighthearted, and, you know, he was Robin, so that's how it balanced out everything. That was the whole point of Robin, to balance out Batman's darker side, to make him more, you know, happy. Not really not happy, but more lighthearted. But still, you know, keeping the innocence of Batman, not always, you know, trying to cross that line where he's going to potentially kill a villain or kill a criminal, because of Robin's there. You know, Robin's there to keep him in check and, you know, make things more lighter tone and stuff like that. So, yeah. And when Damian was introduced, it flipped, you know, everything upside down because of the fact that Dick Grayson had big shoes to fill. He thought that he was supposed to be just like Bruce Wayne, dark and serious. But we already had Damian, who was dark and serious. So that actually doesn't balance everything out. Something was uneven here. And Alfred pointed that out to Dick in Batman and Robin, saying that you have to be your own Batman. You don't have to be like Bruce Wayne. And technically, that's not what Damian needs right now. He needs something to keep him, you know, with hope, with, you know, a bit of happiness. So you can bring that along. That's what you originally were. Don't change that about yourself. And that's what I liked about it. So to see an animated series with, you know, Dick Grayson Batman and, you know, Damian Wayne as Robin would be really, really fantastic. I would generally sit there and watch it. I know a lot of fans love the relationship between Dick Grayson and Damian because, you know, these two are brothers. You know, these two are really, really close together. Like, in the comic books, I know a lot of fans out there. Even on Tumblr, I even enjoy this because of the fact that when Damian and Dick Grayson, they're not together anymore because of the New 52, the whole reboot. Dick Grayson's off being Nightwing again, and Damian's paired up with his father now as, you know, the dynamic duo of Batman and Robin. And, you know, Damian's separated from Dick. But whenever these two are together, it's fantastic. I love their relationship together. Their interaction is just great. They're like awesome, close brothers. Like, you know, when Damian is so serious and dark, but when he's around Dick, he's different. He's like, you know, Dick is my only friend. Like, he actually admits that at one point in a comic book. I think it was in Teen Titans, when he paired up with the Teen Titans, and after, you know, teaming up with them, he didn't play well with them. And then Dick said, okay, well, at least you tried. And Damien said, well, you know, you're my only friend. You're all I need. And, you know, that's what I really liked about the relationship. It's really great. And if they did that in an anime series, I know a lot of fans would love it. And I know maybe newcomers would enjoy it as well, because you would see Damien as a stuck-up asshole at times too. He is an asshole. But when you see Dick actually, you know, try to cheer him up, try to comfort him, try to be his friend, and when they finally start accepting each other or being friends, it's really nice. And, you know, to see all these other obscure villains come in would play a role into, okay, let's introduce everybody to a new animated series, to the new Dick Grayson Batman, because, of course, if you guys already watched The Dark Knight Rises, in the end of the film, Batman passes his mantle on to John Blake, who was referenced as the first Robin, and of course, having him become Batman is great, and I would love to see an animated series of Dick Grayson and Damian as Robin, and, you know, an anime series like that. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Beware the Batman. You know, I know they're doing a more serious and darker tone, but you could do that in different ways, not just with, you know, Bruce Wayne Batman. You don't always have to have a dark, serious, you know, Batman series with Bruce Wayne Batman. Like I said, you could have a dark animated series with Damian Wayne and Dick Grayson. You know, it would be nice to see these two together on, you know, an animated series. I would love that. And that's my thoughts on it, actually, generally. That's just all I want to say. You know, if you're going to, you know, introduce obscure villains that nobody knows, why not introduce Dick Grayson as Batman, Damian Wayne as Robin? I know it's kind of hard to find a storyline to wrap that around, but, you know, you guys can think about it. You writers can think of good stories to wrap around how, you know, Dick Grayson becomes Batman and Damian Wayne are introduced to, you know, this universe. So, yeah, that's my thoughts, and hopefully you guys enjoy and like this video, and I'll talk to you guys later. So, see you guys.